Hey there, welcome to the Quotable Classroom. I'm Mrs. Z, and I'm so glad you could join me today. I'm excited about this Saturday, the weekend before I go back to school. I've got some unboxings to do. I just finished one on some stuff that I received from my cousin for my care closet, or my care cart. I'm so excited that I cannot talk. I like to say my verbal ability is shot. I'm going to try to pull it together so that I can show you what I got from my sister out in California. She sent these to me a couple of months ago, so I haven't had a chance to do that yet. So let's dig in. One of the things that I'd like you guys to do is let me know if you are familiar with any of these books. I'm not sure if I am or not. I have no idea what she sent to me. I'm always in the market for some books for my classroom. And I get, that books and teachers' classrooms are kind of a hot button issue right now. I'm not going to get into the whole politics of the thing, but I do invite you to share in the comments below if you think the books that I show up to you are appropriate or not for an 8th grade middle school student. So I look forward to reading your comments. I respect your views. I have a feeling that many of you and I might agree, and I have a feeling that many of you and I are not going to agree, and that's fine. I teach ELA and communication. I embrace the fact that people can communicate when they have differing views. In fact, we must communicate, especially when we have differing views. And I have discovered that in middle school, my middle schoolers, shout out to my middle schoolers, you all many times do a much better job of it than adults. So adults, let's try to do better there, because some of these middle schoolers are outshining you in the communication area. And that has to do because they have awesome parents who help navigate that for them, with them. All right, so I have no idea what I'm going to be pulling out here. None whatsoever. So some of these, I'll just give a heads up, some of these might be inappropriate. Some of them might not be. I have no idea. It's brand new. We shall see. I don't think that this first one will, and I'm super stoked about it because I love comic books. little hint there. So I'm just going to hold these up and read the title, and you can tell me if you see something there that you think is way cool. Let me know. If you see something questionable, let me know. I will listen to you. Tell me why you think it's questionable, why you think it's beneficial. And I will listen to you, and then I'm going to look through them and decide on my own as well. I don't think we're going to have any problems with the first couple that come out of here. Check this out. Showcase Aquaman. Am I the only one? When I grew up around Super Friends, and I love swimming. So guess who I love? I love Aquaman. I love Aquaman. Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa. Okay, pull it back in, Stephanie. So, let me know what you think about that. I think that's awesome. Let's take a look at some of the artwork in there. Yay! I have a feeling that's going to go on the shelf. And in that same... the Atom. Look at that. I believe this comes from my nephew's closet, that bookshelf, that thank you. Thank you, Jerry. You're awesome. The Elongated Man. Is this the same as Plastic Man? Did I have a Mandela effect? This is called the Elongated Man. And he looks like he can stretch and twist. Let me know in the comments below, because I think I just now am experiencing a Mandela effect. This should be Plastic Man, right? Super stoked about that. Yay! Yay! And oh my gosh. Night. What is this? Nightwing. Look at that. I love the art. Oh, this is color too. Look at that. That's fantastic. Are you familiar with any of these? What do you think about them? Are you opposed to comic books? As an ELA teacher, I will say I am not at all. I want my students to be reading quality stuff, and I want my students who are struggling to learn that. I mean, I've found some comic books that were absolute garbage, and I have found some comic books that were wonderful for building the imagination and making the connections in our brains to real world issues. So there's a whole wide plethora of benefit, I think, that we can get from the right comic book. So is that the right comic book? Let me know. All right, let's see what else is here. Knucklehead. Tall tales and mostly true stories about growing up. I don't know how to say that last name. Cheska? John Sieska? Correct me if I say that wrong. Be patient with me. Here is Grayson. Here is Green Arrow. He's familiar to me. There's another Green Arrow. What are your thoughts on these? Ooh. Do I need to like put this in a frame or something? Look at this. This is Marines in Battle. Jason, I'm gonna have to shout out to you. You're my comic book guru out there. Do I need to like frame this? Is this a collector's thing? It looks like it is. Starring Iron Mike McGraw in Caught by the Commies. That looks good. All right. I want you to let me know what you think about that. Should I go ahead and open this other one? Oh, let's see. That is heavy. All right. Same goes with this. If you think that any of these are inappropriate, I want you to tell me why. Why? Don't just say, oh, those suck. Tell me why. Put your reasoning where your brain is. Put your reasoning where your brains are. Oh my goodness. I've got royalty in here, folks. I've got royalty in here. This is a great book. This is called, I'm so glad I get to do this on this video. I almost think it deserves its own video. Grace Always Comes Daily Devotionals Through the Bible. You know who that is? That's one of my other cousins. I did a video where one of my cousins sent me some stuff for my care cart. And the very first thing in this box, Crystal, thank you so much. This is awesome. And I want to know, would you be offended if I had that in my classroom for it? I'm not going to like say, hey, you got to read this. But would you be offended if I had this just sitting on my bookcase? Tell me in the comments. Yes, no, and tell me why. Well, why? Why? Because I can speak from personal experience. This fella is one of the kindest, most generous people on the planet. No cap. And this is a daily devotional, so maybe some student might be struggling, saying, come across it and be like, oh, what's this? And it's got dates on it. Well, maybe I need to look at May 27th. Might help them out. What are your thoughts on that? That's interesting. That's pretty cool. Thank you, Crystal. That is awesome. I'm going to set this right over here. So you can see that right there. All right, let's see what else is in here, though. Make It Stick, The Science of Successful Learning by Peter Brown, Roediger, and McDaniel. Learning is essential and lifelong. Research findings. So this might be something that I will want to look at. Lib? I had no idea you wrote so many books. In the Court of the Master, An Ordinary Man's Walk with an Extraordinary God. This is also by Lynn Robbins. Super stoked. Thank you, Crystal. Fantastic. Anne Lamott. Plan B, further thoughts on faith. I'm wondering if she thinks this is for my classroom or for me. Either way, I love them. I absolutely love them. And I love the idea that in secondhand books, you come across special little tidbits. Like, here's something that's highlighted over here. And when I read it, that'll be like, oh, I wonder who highlighted this, and I wonder why. I wonder if I can make that connection. So that's pretty awesome. This is called So Big by Edna Ferber, a novel, fiction lit. Are you familiar with this book? Do you think this is appropriate for middle school? Edna Ferber, So Big. Do some research and let me know. Life of Pi, fantastic movie. I've never actually read the book. Winner of the Man Booker Prize. Pai Patel, a God-loving boy and the son of a zookeeper, has a fervent love of stories and practices not only his native Hinduism, but also Christianity and Islam. So, think that's appropriate for an 8th grade classroom? Why? Why not? What are you thinking about there? I'm curious. Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. Jim, why does this have your name written all over it, it seems to me, metaphorically speaking? Why do I look at this and I think of you? I used to ride a motorcycle. Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. This is a classic. Is it a classic that should be on my 8th grader shelves? Let me know in the comments below. One of my favorite books of all time, Les Mis. Les Mis. I'll be straight up honest with you. I look at Les Mis completely different as a 50-year-old woman as opposed to when I was singing the musical when I was 16 years old. I still love the musical. I still love the book. I still think it's a masterpiece. But I think there are some concepts that a lot of pro-Les Mis people and pro-French Revolution people are not understanding, and that's the absolute violence that the people committed, making them just as bad as those they were fighting. And I don't think that gets enough attention. Is this too advanced for middle school? Pretty thick. It's pretty thick. People see the musical and they think they've got it all figured out, and I'm all about power to the people, but we got to hold ourselves accountable too. Are you holding the people as accountable as you are the aristocracy? Think about it. Think about it. Let me know if you think this should go on in 8th grade. I mean, if I have an 8th grader reading that, it'd be incredible. Oh, this book so much. I cannot have enough copies of this book. Wonder. That's all I'm going to say about it. That's definitely going up there. Great book. Great book. Olaf Olafsson. The Journey Home. Soulful and thoughtful, impressively mature and wide-ranging book, both geographically and emotionally. An impressively mature and wide-ranging book. That makes me pause. In this lyrical and arresting novel, suffused with wistful reverie and old world charm, acclaimed Icelandic writer, I love Iceland, tells the story of a sensitive, determined woman and her redemptive journey home. Oh, this needs to be for me. This has me written all over it. Yeah. That's going on my personal bookshelf. Oh, Byron. Oh, a collection of selected poems. Byron. Definitely going in my poetry section. Mm. Awake, not Greece. She is awake. Awake, my spirit. Think through whom thy lifeblood tracks its errant lake, and then strike home. Mm. Byron, definitely. And finally, last but not least, uh, 3 Times Lucky by Sheila Turnage. Are you familiar with this book? What do you think about it? It says Scholastic. It makes me think that Scholastic probably, maybe it's a book for your book. I've not read this yet. Typically, Scholastic is okay for schools. Are you familiar with it? Let me know what you think. Who do you think would enjoy this? Well, that is a whole mess of goodness. Crystal, thank you so very much for adding to my bookshelf. I absolutely love it. For my classroom bookshelf and my personal bookshelves. Drop me a line in the comments below. Let me know if you are okay with devotionals being placed for a student to actually just find on their own and see and pull and take a look at. Thanks for being a part of this journey with me. If you have any comments, put them down below. Like and subscribe if you want. If you don't, that's fine too. I don't really care about that. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy the communication. And I hope you guys are doing great and having a great last week or so before school starts. Read to your kids. Read to your kids. It will help. It doesn't matter how old they are, if they're babies or if they're 16 years old. Every now and then, if I come across a poem, I might pull my daughter around. I might say, hey, sit down, be quiet for a minute. I want to read something to you. I want you to pick up on the words. And my daughter has an excellent vocabulary. She's got a good head on her shoulders. She knows how to think for herself, and she's quite independent. We don't always agree on everything. Most of the time, we don't agree on anything. But we know we can talk to each other. Communication. That's the key. Thanks for being there. I have no idea how long. I've been going for 18 minutes. Okay, I'm going to trim this down a little bit. So I will talk to you guys later. Peace out, Cub Scout. Remember, take care of each other and take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really do. You really do. Be kind to a teacher out there. We're fighting the battle for you too. Flop, 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 flop.